Amen. Pastor Joy, bring some joy to this house.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Amen.
I am going to try to be brief so we can also pray for Christina and the ministry, and because we're not going to take for granted the fact that all of you are here tonight. So goodwill is important, but also prayer is even more important. So you are going to tell God over her how far you want this to go. If this is good to you and good for you tonight, you can imagine how many people are out there who need this as well. So tonight I'm going to have all of you pray so that in the next 10 years, 20 years, when you see Selah today, you'll be like, oh yeah, we are the original shareholders. You understand? Yeah, we were the ones that set her forth in the spirit, amen? But to just wrap up everything we said, I want us to go out with purpose from out of here tonight. I know already we've been blessed, but I want us to leave with something that will have us pause and think for a moment, amen? So, I'm going to read Matthew 19, and this is going to be the only scripture I will be reading, but I'll refer to maybe more than one. Matthew 19, and I'm going to read verse 7 and 8. Then, why did Moses say in the law that a man could give his wife a written notice of divorce and send her away? They asked Jesus. This was when they wanted to trap Jesus because they wanted to see if he would speak against the law, of Moses. And this is one of the best, one of my favorite answers when it comes to relationship. So we know we've heard, sometimes you hear pep talk, you hear all this kind of stuff that we've talked about. But when you walk out of here, it's going to really be up to you. It's always a decision. And that's why I like what verse 8 said. Jesus replied. It said, Moses, and this is the NLT, it said, Moses permitted divorce only as a concession to your hard hearts. But it was not what God had originally intended. King James said it was due to the hardness of your heart, because in the beginning it was not so. And that was why I opened the show by talking about what God wanted in the beginning. God created fellowship. God created, something that was supposed to be beautiful, but the enemy wanted otherwise. So now you have a group of people who are saying, yeah, but Moses said we could divorce our wives. So what do you have to say about that? And Jesus gave the best answer on the planet. He didn't say divorce, because if God hates divorce, I always tell people, I say, yeah, people like to quote that scripture, God hates divorce, but has that stopped divorce from happening? No. God hates divorce, but one thing we need to also say is that the devil hates marriage. God hates divorce, the devil hates marriage. And so the devil is going to try and tell people that, hey, marriage takes love out of relationship. So if you want your love to last long, don't get married, just stay together. And people are going to see it that way. And because the devil will convince you that this is how it's supposed to be. So my thing is, what is it about the hardness of our hearts? The hardness of our hearts is, it doesn't matter what truth we know, but we still do what we want to do. So it doesn't matter even if we have, I don't know who I'm even going to mention as far as names are concerned, to say, oh, we had this person came from Mars or Pluto and talked about the reason why I need to love my wife or love my husband. There is that thing that God has given every man and every woman. It is the power of choice. I have put before you death and life. But he said, choose life so you can live. Why do we see death and life and choose death? Why is it that people keep choosing death over and over again? Why do I see that this is bad for me, but I'm also still going to choose it? The hardness of our hearts. Because in the beginning, it was not so. Now, my plea to you tonight is, I believe that God has a remnant. One of the things I believe is, it doesn't matter how bad things are, the truth remains the truth.
Amen.
But everything in life needs ambassadors. We need ambassadors of truth. We need ambassadors. The guy that was blind and, saw said, once I was blind, now what? I can see. That was his testimony. There's something that is called the power of testimonies. So if you volunteer, there's something I said many years ago. I said, God, I want to be a billboard of your goodness. I want people to use me to describe how good you are. When people lack words to express how good God is, they should say, yeah, Joy, yes. So how many people, every marriage or a relationship that is going to make it is a marriage or relationship with purpose. It's a marriage or relationship that's going to say, you know what? I want to be the light on this hill that's going to shine. And once there's a purpose, once there's a vision, you now begin to lay aside the weight that does so easily beset you. Until you make that choice, it doesn't matter if we send you all back with 7 weeks vacation packages to where we're in Disney, right? We're close to Disney, right? And we give you 7 days, all the relationships here, all the marriage here, 7 days. Haven't you seen couples go on? It has happened to me before. Go on vacation and they're mad at each other. Yeah. That's even when they don't touch each other. That's when they fight and argue about driving and maps and, breakfast and all that kind of stuff. Because of the hardness of our hearts. But that is not how God originally intended it to be. Who is going to say, I submit myself to the original intention of God? Who's going to say, left for me, this is what I would do? But because I want to be a positive example, I'm going to swallow my greed. I'm going to swallow my excesses. And I'm going to submit my relationship to God. For people who are not married, I don't care how far you've gone. If you don't need to get married, hey, call it off. Because it's better for you to have a broken relationship than a broken marriage. And if you're married, you already signed it. Even marriage, somebody always walk away. Because one of the things I realized about marriage, or I know about marriage, is that it takes two to make a marriage. So no one person can make a marriage work by themselves. So the essence of bringing you to this place today is I'm just trying to raise a harvest, to raise like a seed for someone to say, you know what, it's not easy to do right, and I'm tired of hearing right and not doing right, because we talk and people still go do what they want to do. That's not what this is supposed to be about. The impartation you're going to receive today is going to be on top of a decision. It's not just going to be like, yeah, go so that God will be with you. No, it's like, I want to submit my life and my relationship to God. Because that's what I said at the beginning. That unless God is in the equation, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And no one person in a relationship can make a relationship work. So tonight, I don't know, you're not too young, you're not too old. I can tell you, when I was young and I was hearing about marriage, I was told if you do good, good is going to happen to you. If you do bad, bad is going to happen to you. So I did all the good I could. Kept my virginity before marriage. Did that help? No. Because, hey, if that helped, I'll probably be walking around and just preaching condemnation and judgment all over the place. And just be telling you, oh no, this is, if you want your marriage to work, you gotta, be a virgin. And guess how many people are gonna just be hopeless? So, I still believe that this verse 8 is actually the main issue, the hardness of your heart. Why is it that you will come to a meeting like this, hear a good conversation, be convinced in your heart that this is the right thing, and still go back and do the wrong thing? And still go back and decide and choose to do the wrong thing. So Jesus, in other words, in every relationship, the demise of every relationship is a result of the hardness of somebody's heart. So we're looking for people who would till their heart and make their heart good ground and say, you know what, I want to be an ambassador of hope, because there's a lot of hopelessness. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you speak fire from your mouth, people like, yeah, been there, done that, heard that. You know, I've been married for 25 years. I've been married for 30 years. I like what Bishop T.D. Jakes said one time. He said, yeah, we know you've been married for 30 years. He said, but we also know you've been miserable for 30 years. Because some people just keep attacking you with numbers. Oh yes, today we're 39 years. But you never seen them smile or never seen them hold hands before. So I'm glad he addressed that one time. He said, we know you've been married for 30 years, but we also know you've been miserable for 30 years. He said, so stop telling us how long you've been married. Tell us how long you've been happily married. That's the one that's worth it. So today, I want Selah today to be a reason why you would change your mind. Because I'm telling you, nobody can make a decision for you. Nobody can decide for you to love your wife. Nobody can decide for you. Because if that was the case, we'll be rich. We'll be super rich. People in relationship counseling just come, bring the name of the husband to me. Bring the name of the wife to me. Or we'll do a ritual, or there will be something, and then we make them love you. It doesn't work that way. The will is involved. Decisions are involved. So, my thing is, when you walk out of here today, what is it going to be? Is it going to be, oh, that was another nice conversation. Oh, I like that little lady that came from Texas. You know, I also like Pastor Olu. He made 2 nice points. Yeah. You know, is that what it's going to be? Or it's going to be like Jesus is coming soon? The world needs hope. There's too much hopelessness all over the place. People killing each other, spouses. A man wake up and kill his wife and his children. For what? The hardness of your heart. So are you going to walk out of here with a hard heart? Are you going to say, I'm never going to forgive him? Or are you going to say, there's hope and I can be an ambassador of hope? Because that's what really the world needs. And I think that's what Christina is trying to do. Because every day, 1,000 is falling, 10,000 is falling. So who's going to stand and say, you know what, for the rest of our days, if this is the least we can do, because of God, and because of the generation coming, then we're going to do it. That's all I want. So is it going to be, yeah, I'm out of here, that's it. So we said all that juicy stuff, and I went over the questions, and I'm just laughing at some of the questions. And I will promise we're going to answer all those questions, you know, online. But this is a decision moment. Because every time we have this, we want meaning. We're going to have more divorces because of the hardness of people's heart. Knowing the right thing and refusing to do the right thing. Choosing to do the wrong thing. That's all I really want to say tonight. Because it takes your heart being the heart that is plowable for God. For you to say, you know what, this is how I feel right now. But because I'm submitted to God, I'm going to forgive and I'm going to do it this way. And one of my prayers is to see couples who are really going to, and I'm glad I see couples here tonight, who are really going to just say, you know what, God, use us. You know, use us. let's just be a beacon of hope. In Kissimmee, in Orlando, in Florida, and all over the world. And if you get a breakthrough in your relationship, guess what? You go on the road with Christina. Says, yeah. Because we're looking for example. What if there was no Olu and Kay, Pastor Olu and Kay tonight to share their testimony? So we need your testimony. We need your testimony. We need your testimony. We need your testimony. And those of you who are single, we need you to marry correctly. Amen. Yeah. Yes, and we need you to listen to wisdom when you're advised, so that you will not fall prey again to the enemy. So I don't feel like, I don't feel like preaching, screaming, shouting, or whatever. You understand? Because at the end of the day, if you walk out of here with a hard heart, without a decision or a commitment that God is going to bless or use, then we haven't achieved anything. So you're going to stand up on your feet with me tonight? Because of the hardness of your heart. In the beginning, it was not so. That was not my original intention. Yes, that was not my original intention. Some of us may have fallen victims to the hardness of other people's heart. But guess what? God is still God. And if you yield to Him, He can still make something out of you. There's nothing that happens today that is not as a result of the hardness of somebody's heart. Whether it's unforgiveness, whether it's cheating, whether it's as a result of the hardness of our hearts. I feel it in my heart, but no, I'm just going to do this. But if you yield to God and say, you know what, I know the right thing to do, and I want to do it, but it's not easy. So I need grace. And God can breathe on you and just release the grace upon you and say, you know what, you will be a city that is set on a hill. The Bible says now, arise and shine, for your light has come. The glory of God is revealed upon you. And so now, Selah today, Maria, Christina, can arise and shine like she arose and did tonight. And you never know. Amen, somebody? Amen. So who wants to say, I want my life to just be that city on the hill. I want my life to be, I don't know, I just want to be submitted to God. I know it's hard, but I don't want to walk out of here with a hard heart. And we would have achieved something here today. I want to dedicate my relationship to God. If you're that person, can you come so we can pray with you? Can you come so we can pray with you?